Last week, I was invited to give several talks to medical professionals down in Dallas, Texas. And it was called the Do No Harm Conference, and I spoke about abortion and breast cancer, abortion and preterm labor, trying to get the word out that there is scientific data to show that abortion is not this innocuous issue. Well, that's not what I want to tell you about. I want to tell you about this high school that I spoke at. There were several hundred students from multiple high schools on a Friday night. Now, Friday nights in Texas are football nights. So these kids came out after class or after school to eat some pizza and to talk to a pro-life doctor. And there were all these great questions, and then one young lady in the back stood up and said, you know, this is all very well, nice and good, but what about the life of the mother? Don't you have to do abortion sometimes to save the life of the mother? And I kind of looked her in the eye and I said, you know, what's your name? Oh, Jennifer. Oh, hi, Jen. My name's John. I want you to know that, yeah, I used to do that, but it leaves a lasting pain and hole in the heart of the woman. We never, ever now in medicine pit the life of the mother against her child. Because after you do the abortion to end the life of the child who's causing some illness, you're left with a woman who bears the pain, the guilt, the shame, the anguish of having to make that decision. So I talked to her about, you know, we never pit the life of one against the other. We always want to accompany both of them. She comes up afterwards with 4 of her friends and she says, I just want you to know that this was one of the most wonderful pro-life talks I've ever heard. Me and my friends here, we're all pro-choice. And you answer these questions in a very human way. You did it with real simplicity. And I think now we're actually going to be called pro-life with some exceptions rather than pro-choice. But what I share that story with you is because it's what you do. We are the same. The Tepeyac Family Center and Divine Mercy Care up the street, and what you are doing here, it's a family. It's a chain and a link of walking women through the challenge of hope, of accompaniment, and for the fact that they can have a real beginning where they don't have to choose death. That is the blessing and the secret of what you do. At Divine Mercy Care, we talk about health is based on relationships found in community. This is what you all do. You help at that moment when they walk into that building. You provide you begin this relationship, this idea that we can help you and you don't have to do this. This relationship. Medicine becomes an act of mercy for us. It's not a political football. It's just a simple act of mercy, like housing the homeless and clothing the naked. I'd love to talk to some of you all afterwards. How can we serve you better? Because it's about servant. It's about being a servant to the community. That's what you're doing. That's what we do. But we always can do it better. Hate the disease, but love the patient. When I said that at Harvard's medical school, they were like, that's the first time love has ever been used in a medical conference. And yet, it provoked conversation for an hour and a half afterwards. Because people know they need more than just medicine. Families and women need more than the saving of that baby. So even though we close down clinics and we help people kind of see the light, it's through humility. It's you guys. I know so many of you here, families, the children that are here, takes my breath away. Your excellence is because you do this in love, and you do this with clarity and simplicity, which I am grateful for. For all the folks that end up in our practice, trying to walk with them through a very difficult time. Hate the disease, love the patient, and lastly, it's about working together, collaborating. Because when we work together with you all, and we work together with other agencies and groups, even working with the abortion clinic, saying, if you have a woman in there who's panicking and not ready for this, send them to us. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kind of going beyond accompaniment, hope. Through collaboration like this, like tonight, we can make abortion unwanted. and children welcomed. It's that distinction. We're not, you know, all you have to do is see these videos likely, right? They're just commodities. It's just use. They're going to die anyway. So we stand out here as a symbol of that sign of contradiction, that love and hope and accompaniment. I can't think of a better word. We literally will help walk these women as best as we can without judging along the lines of helping them come back into a relationship with their child, with their family, with their partner, and ultimately with lots of grace with their God. And so I'm here tonight. I just want to thank you all so much for coming out here tonight. You can be doing a lot of other things. And I am just so grateful to Ruby and, you know, for myself, it's Rich and Pauline Hunter for just inviting me over for dinner tonight before coming over here. It's truly the grace and the blessing of what 40 lives can be. Because in the end, the numbers are impressive and it's truly at the local level, right, Ruby? Mm-hmm. But it's about changing hearts. It's about getting children to be seen as gifts rather than as sexually transmitted diseases. That's what it's all about, and I think you guys, if I consider us over at the Tepeyac Center, the MASH unit, where we kind of patch people up and send them back out into their communities to do the good work, right? Well, that's all we're doing. We patch them up as best we can. We've gone nonprofit to see the underserved. We're trying to go the extra mile. I just heard this evening that we had a water main break this afternoon.
Oh no.
And so, of course, it's another busy week. Of course, this was a big to-do. And when things happen, to-dos happen. So I just want you to know that we could not do this without you. And I am so grateful for your love and friendship and for all the work that you do out here. This being servants to the least of our brothers and sisters. Thank you all so much, and God bless.
Thank you.